This is the Roulette Master, and I received an unbelievable email from a guy named Alan that says he hated his boss and he quit his job and started making money at the casino playing roulette. And he calls this system that I'm about to share with you today the No Boss Roulette System, and I can't wait to share this with you. He says in less than an hour every day, he makes more than he ever did at work. And we're going to put his incredible new system today in a head-to-head matchup with another system that's fantastic. This is going to be Kentucky White's 9 Streets, and I can't wait to see which one of these systems makes the most money in 15 minutes. This should be a lot of fun. Let's get started. And with Kentucky White's 9 Streets, we're just going to pick 3 streets. And let's go ahead and do that and then get started. And here we go. The more we lose, the more numbers we're going to cover with this one. And that's a 12 red. And we did not hit that one, so we're going to add 3 more streets in. Now we have 6, and you can really make a lot of money winning with 6 streets on this. And that's where you can get a lot of wins. So let's see if we do right here. That is an 8 black. Okay, that's a good $60 win. You can see we're already up $45. So let's start at the other end this time with 3 streets and spin. And occasionally we'll win with 3 streets, and that's going to really pay us nicely. That's a 10 black. I guess we should have stayed on the low end, but you never know. Let's go ahead and add 3 more in. So let's go ahead and do that and then double up. Now we have a $60 bet out there, and let's see what we get. That's a 36 red. It's a good thing we started on that other side. Fantastic. We're up $90 now, and let's start in the middle this time. And again, eventually we'll hit with just 9 numbers, and again, we'll get a great payday when that happens. That is a 21 red, and there it is. That's a nice $45 win. We're already up $45. This time, let's spread them out and see what happens. All right, here we go. That's an 11 black, and we did not get that one, so let's add 3 more in. And you can put these wherever you want and then double up and spin. We're at a $60 total bet now. Again, if you can get wins with 18 numbers, you can really pile on the profit. And that is another win. That's a $60 win. So we're up $180 already. Let's go ahead and get started again and pick 3 random streets. And here we go. That is a 6 black. Okay, that's a loss, so let's go ahead and add 3 more in and then double. Now we're at a $60 total bet, 18 numbers covered, and here we go. That's a 13 black, and we missed it, so we're going to add these next 3 in at 10 each because the rest are already at 10, and then we're going to double up and try to get 2 wins. You don't have to get 2 wins until you get to 9 streets, and that's a 23 red. There's one of them. We're up 165. We just need 1 more win, and then we can reset back to 3 streets at 5 on each. That's a 32 red. All right, there's a $60 win. We're up $225. And let's start with the 3 on the far left again and spin. See what we can get here. We almost got the 3, but we didn't get it, so we're going to add 3 more streets in. 1, 2, and 3, and then double from 30 to 60 and spin. And here we go. That's a 5 red. Fantastic. So now we're up $270. 1, 2, 3, and spin. And let's see where this one falls. It'd be nice to get another win with 9 numbers, and that's a 26 black, and we did it. $45 win. So we're up $315 now. Let's do the same thing, but over on the other side and see what happens. That's a 29 black. That's a loss. So we'll add 3 more in. Okay, let's go ahead and add 1, 2, and 3, and then double. $60 total bet out there now. Just cruising along with Kentucky White's 9 Streets. And that's a 13 black. How about that? That's another $60 win. We're up $360. And let's go ahead and spin. Let's get a high number right here. That's a 25 red. And we got it. $45 win. up $405. And let's go ahead and put these three. Well, let's put them right there and spin. See if we can get another win with 9 numbers. That would be awesome. That's a 14 red. That should be a loss. So let's add 3 more in. And here we go. And then double and spin. See if we can stay on the high side over here. That's a 15 black. That's a loss. And we're going to go ahead and add 3 more in at 10 each. And then we're going to double. And now we need 2 wins now that we're at 9 streets. So at 3 and 6, you only need 1 win. Once you get to 9, you need at least 2, mostly 2. Unless you have a bunch of losses, then you might need 3. Okay, there's a nice win there. We're up $390. And actually, we need 1 more win there. So let's go ahead and spin. Because we are at 9 streets now. Let's see what we get here. That's a 29 black. And we got 2 wins. So now we're at $450. And when you do get up a ton, you don't have to get the 2 if you don't want to. You can take small setbacks if you want and play safer. But that's the way that you want to start out. So that is a loss. We'll add 3 more in. And then we're going to go ahead and double and spin. Maybe we can get it with a high or a low number here. And that's a 35 black. Good thing we moved them over there. That's a nice win. And we're at $495. Let's cover the center this time and spin. See if we can hit some numbers around the middle. That's a 31 black. We should have stayed high. So you never know. Let's add 3 more in. But let's see if it goes low this time. And we'll double up and spin after we added those 3 more streets in. Okay, that's a 4 black. And we got it. $60 win, $540 profit so far. That is awesome. So let's go with these 3 right here and spin. See if we can get some right across the middle. That's a 16 red. How about that? $45 win, $585 in profit. Boy, this is going to be a tough one to beat today. It is just cruising right along. And here we go again. Okay, that's a 4 black. I think that's a loss. And we're going to add 3 more in. Whoops, I need to add 3. There we go. And then double. Okay, now we have 6 streets, 18 numbers covered. And let's see what we get. That should be good. That's an 18 red. Okay, $60 win. We're up $630. That is just awesome. Okay, let's go ahead and spin again. See if we can get some more numbers around the middle here. And that's a 24 black, and that is a win. $45 win, up $675. So let's go with these 3 right here and spin. See if we can get some on the lower side here. Keep moving them around. And that's a 10 black. How about that? All right, now we're up $720. And let's go right here. Let's go low. See how low we can get as long as it's not 0. And that's a 6 black. That should be good. How about that? Now we're up $765. Let's go low again. I think we might get a repeater. Let's find out. Sometimes you get back to back to back. Look at that. That's a 5 red. Wow, $45 win. We're up $810. And now let's go high. And spin. Oh, we should have stayed there, guys. My goodness. Okay, well, let's add 3 more in now. We'll add them here just in case it stays low. Then let's go ahead and double and spin. And whether it goes low or high, we might win. And that's a 2 black. All right. So that doesn't happen very often. We're up $855. We've hit first 12 5 times in a row. So let's go ahead and let's go with these 3 right here and spin. And this is Kentucky White's 9 streets doing incredible. And that's a 32 red. Okay, we didn't get it. So let's go ahead and add 3 more in and then double. Now we're at $60 total bet. Okay, that's a 2. I guess we should have stayed low. And now we're going to have to go to 9 streets. And remember, we add those in at 10 each. And then double. And now we need 2 wins instead of 1 because we're at 9 streets, not 6. And we just keep staying low. My goodness. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and double that up. This is why we have the $2,000 bankroll. $400 bankroll for dollar units. And that's a 14 red. Okay, that's a good win. We're up 720. And we're going to try to get a second win here. Let's see if we can do that. And that's a 21 red. I think we did. All right, that's a $120 win. We're up $840. So let's see. Let's pick 3 and spin. Just doing incredible with this one. It'll be hard to beat this one today. That's a 22 black. Man, we just keep winning, and we're up $885. 3 streets and spin. Here we go. That's a 5 red. And boy, we've hit a lot of low numbers lately. Let's go ahead and add 3 more in again. And then double up and spin it. $60 total bet. Let's see if we can get a win here. And it just keeps hitting low. Look at that. Wow, that's a lot of low numbers. I know they haven't all been low, but in the last 20 spins, a lot of them have been low. So let's go ahead and double. I'm sorry, we shouldn't have doubled that up yet. So basically, it's okay that we did, but they're at 20 each. We need to add in, let's see, we need to add in the other 3 at 20. Okay, now we're at 180 total bet. Now we need 2 wins. So here we go. Usually I add the 3 streets in before I double the bet. And that's a 3 red, and it just keeps hitting low. Okay, we're going to double up again and spin at 360 total bet. Surely it can't hit low forever. Here we go again. That's a 19 red. That's a good win, and we're up $750. Let's see if we can get a second win here so we can reset. And that's an 18 red. That should be good. Okay, now we're back up $870. We'll pick 3 streets and spin. Those should be at 5 though. Let me go ahead and switch that. And spin. Here we go. Got a few minutes left with this one. Just doing fantastic with it. And that's a 7 red. Again, this is Kentucky White's 9 streets, and we're going to add 3 more in. And we're gonna go a little bit more to the high side with all the low numbers that have hit recently. And eventually it has to go a little bit higher, and that's a 17 red black there. That's a good win, and we're up $915. And when you win, and on those on 18 numbers, it's huge. That's a 27 red. Okay, we missed that one. Let's add 3 more in. Oops, let me go ahead and put those at 5 each, and then double, and then spin. Let's see what we get here. That's a 19 red. All right, another win. So now we're up $960. Man, are we going to get over $1,000 profit on this one? Looks like we got about 2 minutes left. We might do that. That's a 22 black. Okay, we lost. Let's add 3 more in. Let's go ahead and add, let's add these ones. And then we'll double and spin. Hopefully it doesn't go low again. Here we go. And that's a 22 black. That should be good. Now we're up $1,005. So, wow. Hopefully we finish that way. We got about a minute and a half left with this one before that new system of the day gets here. I know you're excited about that one, and that's a 17 black. Okay, we lost. So let's go ahead and add in 3 more. 1, 2, and 3, and then double and spin. Here we go. That's a 9 red. Okay, that's a $60 loss there. And that was at 6. So we're gonna add in 3 of them at 10 each. And then we're gonna double up and try to get 2 wins because now we're at 9 streets. Here we go. Ooh, we hit low again. That's another loss. This is why we have the bankroll. So we're going to double up and go from 180 to 360 and try to get a win here. Oh my goodness, 5 red, just keeps going low. Okay, we're gonna have to double up again, and we're up $390 out of that $2,000 bankroll, and we need to get a win. No, don't hit the 0. There we go, that's a 28 black. Okay, now we need a second win. We're up $630. We'll rebet and spin, try to get that second win so we can restart. And I think we did it with a 29 black. Fantastic. Now we're up 870. And let's go ahead and put 3 new streets out there and spin. Looks like we have about 20 seconds left. So that dropped us back in profit a little bit, but we should still be very proud of what we've made so far with this one. It's been really smooth sailing. We'll add 3 more in and double and spin. And this will be our final spin here, right at the 15-minute mark. And that's a 36 red. Okay, so we dropped back a little bit, but we still ended up $795 in profit after 15 minutes with Kentucky White's 9 streets, and I hope you enjoyed that. And now it is time for the incredible news system of the day that one of my, well, no, he's not a subscriber, but he sent an email. Hopefully he's a subscriber now. Alan says that he makes a living playing this way. So let's jump right in and get started and see what he's up to. Here we go. All right, the time is finally here for the No Boss Roulette System by Alan. He said he quit his job, he hates his boss, and this is how he's making his money every day. He's only making $200 a day, but he says that is enough for him, and he can do it in less than an hour, and he says sometimes a lot less than that. I'm going to show you what he's up to, and he plays automated roulette, which has a $500 maximum bet. So what he does is he only brings a total of $700 with him every day. So I'm going to show you what he does. The first thing is he looks for 3 in a row of a dozen, and we have 4 in a row right now. So we're going to start with a $100 bet on third 12. And again, he only has $700 with him, but he waits, and he says that when we play automated roulette, and before I tell you this, he says he goes and gets a drink first and just sits down, enjoys himself, and then he waits for 3 in a row of a dozen. And he says it doesn't take long when you're playing automated because it moves so fast. So let's go ahead and spin, and he starts. Oh, I'm sorry. Actually, what am I doing? He bets on the other 2. Okay, so we're going to be on first and second 12. So he has a $200 bet out there out of his $700 bankroll. Okay, let's go ahead and spin, and here we go. And that's a 6 black. Okay, so he's picked up half of what he makes every day right there. And then what he does is he goes ahead and clears it out, and then he just keeps spinning until there's 3 in a row of a dozen. So let's go ahead and do that and see how long it takes. He says with automated roulette it goes pretty quickly. So let's find out. Okay, there's 2 in a row right now on first 12. So let's see what we get here. There it is again. There's 3 in a row. So we can already go ahead and he might make his $200 in less than a minute here. So he would bet on second 12 and third 12 for 100 each and spin. And if we lose, he brings $700. So if we lose, I'll share with you what he's going to put here next. And sometimes he does lose. Okay. And when he loses, he says all he does is he puts $250 on the second and third 12 in this case. And that's everything that he brings with him. And he says if he doesn't hit the first one, it pretty much almost always hits the second one, because he says it's very rare to have 5 in a row very often with dozens. So let's go ahead and spin and see what happens. Let's see if we win our $200 here. And here we go. And there we go. We got the win. But I think the recovery on this isn't a full 100. So I don't think we're at our 200 yet. Okay, so we're up 150. So now we're just going to spin until we see 3 in a row of a dozen. So let's go ahead and do that. And he said he just gets a drink, goes and gets his free drink, sits down, and just is patient. And he says you don't have to wait near as long as you do with a live dealer. But the most you can bet on the one that he plays is $500, $250 each. So that's why he brings $700. And let's just go ahead and keep spinning until we get 3 in a row of a dozen. And he says he doesn't mind waiting, and he's always out of there in less than an hour with his $200. So let's go ahead and spin and see what we get here. Now, obviously, this wouldn't be great with a live dealer because you'd have to stand up and probably walk back and forth a little bit. But it's not weird at all at an automated table to not bet. People don't even know if you're betting at an automated table. And let's see what we get here. That's a 31 black. Okay, let's go ahead and spin again. We need 3 in a row of a dozen. And let's see what we get. That's a 36 red. Okay, now we have 2 in a row. Let's go ahead and spin. And even if we get his $200 that he makes every day, we're going to keep playing this to see if it eventually busts. Because that's what we do on this channel. We're going to keep spinning until we get 3 in a row of a dozen. That's what we do on this channel, is just continually test these systems that people send in and see which ones make sense. We already have 2 in a row right now. Let's see if we get a low number here. We did not, so we're going to keep spinning. But again, he says he goes and gets his free drink first, so he doesn't mind waiting. He just chills out, checks his messages, his emails, drinks his drink, and waits. Okay, so let's go ahead and spin again. And again, that would be a little weird with a live dealer, but with an automated table, no one cares or is even looking whether you're placing bets or not. Okay, we got 2 in a row right now. Let's spin. And here we go. And I think we did it. That's 11. Okay, we have 3 in a row of a dozen. So we put 100 each on second and third 12. And let's go ahead and spin. He says a lot of times he doesn't win this one, but he almost always wins the second one. Okay, and we lost again. So again, that's not abnormal to lose the 4 in a row. But he says for some reason he always wins the one that at 250. Because he says you don't see 5 in a row very often. So let's see if he's right. Let's see if we get our win right here. Let's see what we get on this one. And he's right. We got the win. So there's the $200 profit. But we're going to keep going because we want to see if this is going to last or not. And we're going to test this thing for 15 minutes like we always do. Here we go. That's a 25 red. And he said he just absolutely loves it because he's just chilling. He's just chilling with his drink, checking his emails, checking his messages, and making his his money for the day without having to go to work. And he says sometimes he makes it in 5 minutes, 10 minutes, sometimes 30 minutes, but he's always out of there in less than an hour. Okay, let's go ahead and spin. And we need 3 in a row of a dozen. And here we go. And something else I want to tell you he said as well. Let's go ahead and spin again. He said when it comes to comps, since he's never placing a bet less than $200, his average spin is extremely high because he's never betting less than 200. So, oh wait, we don't want to bet up there yet. We still need 3 in a row. So he says his comps actually get better even though he's not betting a ton because his average bet is well over $200. So let's spin again. And I think that is true. I think that the hosts look at the time that you play and also what your average bet is. So there's 2 in a row right there. Let's go for 3. And he says it's not weird at all for him to lose the first one, but he said that rarely do you lose and have 5 in a row of a dozen. There's our 3. Oh, no, we didn't get the 3 in a row. We got to keep going, guys. And but he says it doesn't bother him. If there's 2 in a row and the third one doesn't come, he says it's no big deal. He just keeps drinking his free drink and keeps just chilling out, checking his messages, his emails. We're talking to people at the table, and he loves it. So there's 2 in a row right there. Let's spin again, see if we get 3. And here we go. Okay, we didn't get it. That's a 2 black. So we're going to keep going here. And here we go. And he says it's all about being comfortable. Just getting, make sure you get your drink, go to the bathroom before, just, enjoy the time with the people at the table, and then just just be patient. And there's no pressure at an automated table. There's our 3 in a row. There's no pressure at an automated table to place a bet. You can just sit there and let it go. And okay, it's time to bet again. And that time around, we didn't even have to recover. And he says most of the time you won't have to recover. But occasionally, he says it's not abnormal to lose the first one, but that most of the time he doesn't. So now we're up $300. So we're just going to start spinning again and see what happens. That's a 25 red. Okay, we still don't have 3 in a row, but we're doing fantastic. Just chilling out, having our drink like he says. And that's a 28 black. Okay, there's 2 in a row. We need 3 in a row to place the bet. And we didn't get it. That's a 0. And he says, that's another thing he said in that email. He says, a lot of times you miss out on the zeros doing this. And look at that. We just missed out on the zeros for sure. Because when you're not betting and you hit zeros, like we missed out on both those zeros. That didn't hurt us any. So we're just going to spin again. It almost hit double 0 3 times in a row, but we missed out on a lot of bad stuff there. And that's a good thing. And that's a 15 black. And okay, so we're still going here. And he says since his average bet is so high, because he never bets less than $200, that he still gets some comps. And a lot of times when he's done, he goes and has a free meal. So he's just chilling, loving this. And but let's keep going until we get 3 in a row again. And let's see if this eventually does have a problem. That's why we're testing this. And here we go. Okay, that's a... we still don't have 3 in a row. We're just continuing to spin, have our drink, and enjoy the day in the casino. And that's a 33 black. Okay, we still got to keep going. We need 3 in a row. And here we go. That's a 13 black. Okay, we still don't have 3 in a row. Let's just keep spinning. But he says he doesn't mind waiting, and especially once he's already won his 200 for the day. If he does keep going, but he says usually he just leaves after he's up his 200. But sometimes he says he just sits and chills and enjoys the experience of the casino, knowing that he already beat the casino for the day. And okay, there's 2 in a row. Oh, that's 3 in a row right there. So it's time to bet again, guys. So we'll be on first and third this time. Again, $700 bankroll, 2 bullets. And we won again. Look at that. So now all of a sudden, we're up $400. And we're back to spinning again, drinking our drink, enjoying the casino, talking to people, and waiting for our 3 in a row again. So let's keep spinning. Here we go. And this is not all bad. He says it's so relaxing and chill. And he just has a great time. And again, he says he misses out on a lot of bad stuff by not betting. And the other thing, because he plays automated roulette, which is a $500. He says you can't bet more than $500 where he plays. He says that he sees so many people busting next to him betting on colors, because he says for some reason, especially on the automated table, there's lots of times where you get 9, 10, 11 in a row of one color, and he's continuing to win. So let's go ahead and spin again here. We need 3 in a row to place that next bet. We're doing fantastic. Let's see if this continues. And there's 2 in a row. Let's see if we get 3 in a row. We're looking for 3 in a row of a dozen. And we almost hit the 27, but we hit the double 0. So let's spin again. And here we go. We're missed out on another 0. How about that? That's a 32 red. And let's go ahead and spin again here. Hey, that's a third 12 there. We got 2 in a row. 1 more, and we can place our bet. But if it doesn't happen, that's fine as well. You're just having your drink, enjoying the casino, and it didn't happen, so we're just going to keep spending. And it's not a big deal because we're already up $400. We're just enjoying the atmosphere of the casino, enjoying our free drink, and relaxing, waiting for our moment to strike. And let's go ahead and spin again. And it sounds good to me. So far, so good, but we're going to keep going with this and see if we have any problems. It's a pretty small bankroll to make $200 a day, and we've already made $400 doing this. Is pretty awesome with just a $700 bankroll. And here we go. And again, the second bullet is $250, which gets you $50 profit instead of $100. Okay, there's 2 in a row. And let's go ahead and spin. Okay, I think we got our 3 in a row, guys. Yep, we have our 3 in a row. It's time to bet on first and second 12 and spin. And here we go. And that's a 12 red. And look at that, we got it again. Now we're up $500. So let's just keep spending. We need 3 in a row. So far, so good. And he seemed really confident about this. Like, he's just as relaxed as possible, winning his $200 a day and then walking out. That's a 10 black. We might have 3 in a row again. And we do. It's time to bet again. Okay, we're up $500. Let's go ahead and spin. And here we go. That's a 30 red. How about that? We won again. Now we're up $600. Let's just start spinning again. Wow, we haven't lost a single one. And he says that that's the way it goes. A lot of times you lose on the first one. He said most of the time not, but about a quarter of the time you lose on the first one. But you pretty much always hit the second one. So let's see if we get our 3 in a row trigger right here with the high number. And we did not. And again, he doesn't mind if he doesn't get it. He doesn't get upset that, you know, his trigger didn't happen. He's just enjoying himself and getting his free drinks and going. And that's a 31 black. Okay, and that is, we still don't have 3 in a row. We're just going to keep spinning. And that's a 1 red. Okay, we'll keep spinning till we get 3 in a row. That's a 7 red. Okay, we got 2 in a row. Let's go ahead and spin. We got a minute left. We're at 14 minutes right now. And we didn't get our 3 in a row. So we're going to go ahead and just keep spinning until we get 3 in a row of a dozen. And that's a 30 red. Okay, let's spin again. And here we go again. That's a 23 red, so we still don't have 3 in a row. Let's keep spinning. And again, you don't even have to hit the spin button at the automated roulette. You just sit there and chill and enjoy your drink until you see 2 or 3 in a row of a dozen. That's a 26 black. We still don't have it, so let's go ahead and spin again. And I think he's right about the colors. Like, I do see ridiculous reds in a row or black numbers in a row when I'm there, and but I don't see tons and tons of a dozen in a row usually. And okay, that's the 15 minutes, and let's see if we have it. We do not. So after 15 minutes, we made $600 profit with a $700 bankroll. How about that? And let me know what you guys think of this. Test it out. And let me know if you use it in the casino and do just as well. And boy, that's exciting. And that he just chills out and makes his $200 a day and then goes home with no boss. And that's what this is all about, is you guys sharing how you're winning and me sharing it to the rest of the community and testing these things out. That's what we do as a community. If you're enjoying the process, please like, share, and subscribe. And let's keep growing this community of people that absolutely love roulette. And it's fun to win. So let's keep winning. And love all the systems you guys have been sending in. Send those to roulettemaster.c@gmail.com. We test a new one every day. And boy, that was a lot of fun. And this is the Roulette Master. And have a great day, everybody.